just want to say how much I'm missing the Mount Allison community, and I hope you are all staying safe and healthy wherever you may be. I just wanted to briefly touch on some of the things I was able to accomplish in my term this year as VP Communications, as well as some of the things the staff in the communications office got to do and worked on and accomplished, and some of the things that didn't completely get finished, but I'm hoping they will be carried forward next year and years to come. So I broke this down into summer, fall, and winter, and I guess I'll just get started with the summer. So one of the big projects for the Vice President Communications in the summer is the student handbook. Some of you may know it as the agenda. I was fortunate enough to be able to finish it fairly early. It's due in June. And so I was fairly happy with the outcome. I hope some of you were as well, as I saw some of them being used around campus. This year coming up is exciting because we're going to be working with a new agenda company. So that'll be something for the incoming Vice President Communications to look forward to. Another big project taken on this year was in collaboration with the orientation chair. We looked at making a more flexible work structure for the photographers and videographers that work on orientation. In years past, we've only had one photographer and one videographer working for that whole week, which is quite strenuous for them. So this year we kind of came together, found some more student photographers and videographers to take on the week together, scheduled that, and I think it was pretty successful. I was very happy with the outcome and very thankful for their work over the course of that week, because I know they all were also volunteering with orientation. So a big thank you to them, and I'm hopeful that that's something that will continue for years to come. If you notice outside of the security office in the student center, there's a new poster board that got put up. That was by doings of myself and the MASU office staff. This year we decided to kind of declutter both outside the office, and then that transitioned to outside of the security office. So we put up a new poster board outside of their office. So if there's any time you want something put in there, just stop into the MASU office and ask Nancy at the front desk. She'd be more than happy to do that. And we also kind of decluttered outside the MASU office, so it's a little bit more visible to people walking by in the student center. Moving on to the fall, one big project I really wanted to take on this year, and I was unfortunately not able to complete, was a MASU website update. So our website is a little bit behind in the times. It's a little less modern than we'd like it to be. So I tried to take the initiative to start the process of getting that rolling and getting a new website created. There was a few hiccups along the way in terms of some technology on the back end that I'm not super familiar with. So I got the groundwork kind of laid for that, found a provider, and got some of the information we needed gathered, but I wasn't able to completely roll that out. So I'm hoping that's something in the future that incoming VP Communications and MASU executive teams can do. Another thing, over the course of the fall, the communications office staff worked really, really hard. We had a great semester. The Allisonian editors finished up last year's yearbook early in the fall and started work on this year's yearbook that you will see coming out next fall. And our communications coordinator worked really hard on two projects, Meet Your MASU Monday and Humans Mount A. Hopefully you've seen both of them. If you haven't, go check them out on our social media accounts. They are great ways that we showcase students and staff in the MASU office and around the campus as a whole. So check it out. And moving on to the winter, the communications committee worked as well on the website update. So we went through the current MASU website, completely combed through all the information to see what was relevant, what was outdated, etc. And we kind of compiled an entire list of what needed to be done. Unfortunately, because the website didn't get to move forward with being recreated, it's still just sitting in a file, but I'm hoping to pass that along to whoever's coming in and working on that in the future. We also had Pritam Studios come in to take grad headshots for grads like myself, and I think that's a great initiative put on. They always want to come in every year. It's unfortunate that their studio is no longer downtown Sackville, but we help them facilitate coming into the student center and providing that to students. Lastly, second semester was a big promotions, information, advertising semester for the MASU, not only with value added, but also with the strike and the pandemic that's currently occurring, which I know took a lot out of myself, the rest of the executive team, and all of the students on campus. So that was a lot of time taken over second semester that unfortunately didn't get put to other initiatives I would have liked to have worked on, but that is okay. It's what needs to be done. So I guess that was just kind of a brief overview of what my role as the Vice President of Communications this year took on and accomplished or didn't accomplish. But I would just like to say a huge thank you to the rest of the executive team and everyone who worked so hard this year. I'm really sad to be leaving Mount Allison this year, but I'm sure I will see you all at some point in the future, and I wish you the best of luck going back to campus in the fall.